You want one first? Yeah! You want one first? Yeah!
What's up, everybody? It is week 39, and believe it or not, we're actually getting close to the end of my video year. We only have a few weeks left. But as you can tell from my attire, it is starting to get chilly in the morning up here, which is good. Fall is in full effect, and it's also good because I tend to look forward to the Arctic house more than the tropical house because I can pretty much pound away at the weights and not have to worry about sweating all over the place. It's great. I know last week I said I was going to share my final thoughts on running. As it turns out, I got one more for you, and that is I'm thinking about next year, and I think a goal I am going to set for next year is to try and get a 10K just on my own, not like in any kind of formal race setting or anything like that, of 45 minutes. That's kind of a goal I have for my aerobic training, and I don't plan on running any more than I am now. I still plan on doing 2 interval sessions a week plus a long run. So the idea is to push the long run up to 10K slowly and eventually try and get to a time of 45 minutes, ideally before my next 5K race, because I think that will get me an excellent base of aerobic strength in order to run a better 5K time than I did this year. Yeah, but one thing that's working against me right now in that department is that I got my yearly blood work back from my physical that I went to about a month ago, and I am still borderline anemic from my stomach disease, although my symptoms in that department are a lot better these days. So what I want to do is try and fix up my diet a little bit to try and correct that problem, and it is so important that you do so for aerobic performance. That this is exactly why Tour de France cyclists, shall we say, bend the rules in order to improve those numbers, even though they're not like deficient to begin with. They try and get to the supramaximal level in order to improve their oxygen carrying performance. Yeah, so the first thing I'm doing is I've added iron supplements into my weekly routine. Probably going to take those like 4 days a week. And I also had the idea of trying to get some liver into my diet. Now, most people tell me that straight liver is just god-awful. I have no reason to doubt them. So one thing I did look into was liverwurst, which is like liver sausage. And I've had it before, and it's actually pretty tasty because it just tastes like sausage. You know, sausage is delicious. Thing is, though, right now on the diet, it's hard to fit in the fat content into the diet, so I'm actually going to pass on that for the moment. But what I do plan on doing is buying myself a small iron skillet and cooking eggs in there, because that, believe it or not, will leach iron off the skillet into the food. This is like really old school. This is like what they used to do in the old days, right? And actually can help with your iron numbers. So that's the first plan of attack, and hopefully we can start to see that number come up. Oh, and for those of you who may not know, the 2 numbers you're looking at in your blood work are your hemoglobin number. It's usually abbreviated as HGB, and also your hematocrit number. Now, they're basically the same thing because hematocrit is normally 3 times your HGB number. But for those of you who don't know, that's what you need to check if you're concerned for yourself. Yeah, and in other news, the body measurements this week finally saw the fat waist, I like to call it, where you measure your waist right at your belly button, finally measured 30 inches even, which is good. That's basically what my goal was, to get to 30 or slightly below by the end of the diet. And oh, by the way, it's hump day! Oh yeah! Speaking of which, hump day was tremendous. I thought this squat of 315 moved really well, and again, still on the diet and still lifting decent weights. I will take that. After this workout, I went outside for my interval workout, and for the first time, I hit all 6 intervals in an average time of 90 seconds each, which is the first time I've done that. Not all of them were actually 90 seconds. It was something like 94, 90, 90, 90, 92, 84, something like that. But anyway, it was awesome. It was a new record for that workout for me. But then on Thursday, I actually had a bit of a scare because when I woke up, I was super dizzy. And I was like, uh-oh, that's not good. And I realized, I was like, first, don't panic, because that never fixes anything. But then second, I was like, you know what? I am a little extra congested than normal. And maybe some of that is like sitting on my inner ear, and that appears to have been the case because once everything started to drain out, that went away, and I was able to get the workout done. Thank goodness. And the week 39 volume update, yeah, pretty good week, up about 4,000 pounds from last week, and basically just going to keep trying to push up the reps a little bit each week from here on out, yeah. And 2017 goals update screen, yeah, good week. We've passed 9,000 on the 11,000 chin-up challenge, and for the year, we're currently at 5.82 million pounds. And last but not least, the diet data screen, and as expected, got the big drop on the scale this week because things were kind of held up last week by the water bloat. And as you can see, for the 2 weeks, basically, I lost about 1.5 pounds, which is good. That indicates a maintenance of around 2750, 2775, which is good to know because that's probably what I'm going to head to once the diet is over because I got a whopping 3 weeks left. Looking forward to the end of this. Yeah. All right, guys, I'll catch you next week. Bye.